What's up, beautiful life? I'm Dana Williams here at Water to Wine with Dane. So, Water to Wine, it's
Yeah.
kind of a curious name.
Yep.
What was it that attracted you to that name?
The franchise has been around 20 years.
Okay.
So it's not a name I came up with, but it's a name I've always been drawn to. Just because, I mean, it was Jesus' first miracle.
Yeah.
First and foremost. But it's about 15 years ago.
Okay.
My ex-wife and I, we were down in New Braunfels with some friends and everything else and just stumbled onto a little small batch winery. And we went in, we liked the wine. We actually did a batch ourselves, weeks, months later.
Okay.
We just enjoyed the whole experience.
Yeah.
And it just, through time and everything else, when, life changed in 2018 for me, I was in an opportunity to open up the business. And first thing I thought of was Water to Wine.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love that. Tell me about Water to Wine. Where are you located?
So this is my only location.
Okay.
There are 5 other locations total, including this one. There's Windmill Farms in Seguin. There is New Braunfels. It's been there for about 15, 16 years.
Okay.
And then there's one in North Austin. It's been there for about 18 years. And then there's one in Colorado.
And how long have you been here?
I've been here it'll be 4 years this Valentine's Day.
Okay. And we're located here on Main Street.
On Main
in
Street,
Buda.
Buda Mill and Grain,
Okay.
right next to Nate's, Mudbugs, a whole bunch of little eclectic shops.
Yeah.
Mercantile, you got Ellipsis.
Totally.
Yeah.
It's tucked back here a little bit. So like if you get into the area, just make sure you keep going. You'll find it. When the people who are here in Buda think of Water to Wine, if you were to fill in the blank, I want them to think of us when these things happen in their lives. Give me like 3 instances when Water to Wine should be their go-to.
Date nights,
Okay.
birthday
Yep.
parties, and definitely weddings for batch making and stuff like that. Since we do custom labels,
Yeah.
we can actually put any picture and any wording on a label and make it your own for your special occasion, your wedding, your anniversary, or anything else.
Okay. So tell us a little bit more about batch making. I think maybe people don't realize that's an option here.
So what batch making is, you actually come in and make a batch of wine. It's not a batch of wine that you get to blend or anything else. It's something we've proofed. So I don't want to send you home with 28 bottles of something you're just never going to drink again.
Sure.
So it's something we have to proof, and we actually have to make sure we do it first and it's enjoyable. So you come in, you get the vintner's experience where you're actually laying down the bentonite, which is a clay that the yeast sits on top of. You put the grape juice in, put water in, oak if it needs it, and different things. So you're the vintner for that afternoon. It's about a 30 to 40 minute process. And then 6 to 8 weeks later, you come in and you bottle your wine. You bottle it, you foil it, you add your labels to it, and it's your wine.
Completely custom. That's so fun. Describe to me and our listeners what the Water to Wine experience is. Like, how do you imagine that for somebody who walks in? What are they gonna feel when they come in here?
They're going to feel safe. They're going to feel appreciated. The team is just phenomenal. The wine is great. I love our wine. It's a low sulfite, low histamine wines, more palatable, more clean. But what you really get at Water to Wine Buda is an experience with the team. They just are unique individuals. Each and every one of them is their own person. And I love that about each and every one of them.
Yeah.
And they just treat you like they've known you forever.
Yeah.
I mean, they bring you in, they're welcoming, they're, happy, they're cordial, they're caring, and they want to get to know each person as a person, not as anything else. And
Yeah.
that's part of, my personal core values for Water to Wine is relationship building. Build a relationship with the members, with the guests,
Yeah.
and everything else, because we're all people. We all may have had a rough day, listen to them, see what they want, and, and that's part of building the palate or building the flights based off the palate is getting to know what do you like. Tell me a little bit about yourself or what you like to drink.
Yeah.
It's just about getting to know our guests.
Yeah, I would say that has been my experience here as well. And what I think is interesting is you have such a variety of wines that even somebody who's a non-wine drinker might come in and my husband, for example, when we first started coming here, did not drink wine, but he has turned into a wine lover. So yeah, and that part of that was just like the opportunity to try and taste things, and the way that your team kind of set the table for him to be able to do that in a really safe environment. So thanks for creating that experience.
Love it,
Yep.
appreciate it.
All right, what is on the horizon for 2024? Anything new and exciting happening here at Water to Wine?
Well, yes, we did just release our oak and smoke flights and oak and smoke wine. So it's almost like a smoked old fashioned where you can we'll actually smoke it on a cedar plank and everything else, and then actually pour the wine in. We've tested a few wines. Some didn't work out great. Some work out fantastic. So we do have set flights now
Okay.
for oak and smoke. We are working on putting together a wine 101 class and a wine 102 class. So we
That's
can actually
fun.
teach, yeah, teach wine, how to taste it, and everything else, what you're looking for. And just more events. You know, we have more women's events. We have more make and takes. We're going to have more individual events here as well.
Yeah.
Just different things, and hopefully to get into more restaurants. You know, build more
Okay.
collaborations like we did with Mudbugs. You know, so
Yes.
we have the collaboration with Mudbugs in the menu, and they'll bring over their food and everything else. We are in Brooklands, so just get into more, you know, places outside of Buda. You know, we're going to look at Wimberley, San Marcos, Driftwood, Dripping, and getting into more places.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
All right. All the best to you and your team.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, there you have it. Beautiful. Come on out and try some wine at Water to Wine. Have a girls' night, have a date night, make some wine. You're going to love it.